Yeah. Hi, you guys. I'm here completely on holiday. It's like really, it's a holiday. This thing of Corona. I'm home and I'm just sharing well because it's really important to look after one another at this present moment, just to check if we are all doing well because of it's dangerous, this Corona. Mm. You hear people are dying. I mean, people are really dying, and it's like, wow, it is really that serious. But on this note, I come back again with me being just me and sharing my thoughts and sharing my ideas and just saying hi, the world. Today, the story is about um, embark into the journey of self-discovery. You know, we need to do that, you guys. And maybe it sounds like blah 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 blah, but it's definitely not blah 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 blah, because of what I see out there in the world is that human beings, we are so vulnerable. There's this sense of vulnerability, you know, and this sense of vulnerability, it comes in all angles of it, you know. And I think I'm talking about vulnerability because I am very vulnerable myself at this moment. Really very vulnerable. I look around me and I'm thinking, where am I going? What is this traveling of the world has been to me? And I realize that it has been one of the most confusing times in my life, my travels, because I have traveled in from South Africa in many parts of the world and trying to create friends and really deep friendships. And you realize that human beings, we reside on surface. There's this surfaceness, and everybody looks at you and they think of you. They don't realize the depths of humanity. That's the problem of a society. We never realize the depths that each and every one of us, we've got this secret depthness, the secret depth of our thoughts, the secret depths of how we view our surrounding, how we can see the reality of our surrounding, because everybody lives in their own reality and they think this is reality while they're not even understanding that the one who's next to them, it's the depths of, they see you more than you see them. You see me more than I see you. You can understand my reality within a blink of an eye. Now, having to be a person who lives into the depths of understanding what's my surrounding is, sometimes I really go along with what I'm experiencing, what I'm presented with, because of that's the only thing you can do as a human being who's living in these vulnerable times of ours. Now, I talk about this because of, I think it's very important at this moment to reflect, as the moment of Corona virus. For me, as I said yesterday, it's a moment of spirituality, where we need to come out from the belly button, from our mother's womb, into being here. Being, it's a moment of rebirth and asking ourselves questions. Are we home? Does this world of ours gives us a sense of home? And yesterday, I'm talking about this because I'm a little bit sad, because of all these things always happen and you have to close your eyes upon them and walk away as if nothing happens. And while people don't understand that human beings, we are very deep. Our understanding of our surrounding, it's deeper than animals. Our understanding of our surrounding, each and every one of us has a power to understand the depths of, where am I at this moment? What's happening? Am I really in a free state, or am I really in a very state of intimidation? Am I really in a state of pain? And so yesterday, for the first time after a long time, and I'm talking about this because of, I want to share what's happening in this coronavirus moments. How am I experiencing it? As often before, all my experiences, I really never spoke about them as I was supposed to speak about them, because of, we've got a right to speak about our experiences, because our experiences affects our depths, our depthness of our subconscious understanding. It affects that. Everything that happens in us, it gets imprint either externally or internally. Whatever that you experience every second of every minute, it is imprinted within your depths of your soul. So yesterday I went to two places of where they say everything is closed, but you can go buy food. And then in these places, you realize human beings are still behaving silly and stupidly as they'll always do. We are so vulnerable. We are dealing with the most scarcity thing. But in these places, people are still being mistreated. Yesterday, there was this mistreated that took place. And I was looking at the chaoticness, and everybody says that they are understanding coronavirus with coronavirus, while the human race, the human behavioral stupidity still happens. And you really realize that human beings, we need to wake up and realize we need to love each other. We need to start treating each other with respect. And then it comes to, I went to the shop twice yesterday, and in this twiceness, emotionally, that I was scarred. How people lack respect of you. The moment you enter into the shop, you get treated differently, and you realize that they're screaming, they leave. Somebody was serving us, and in no time that person left, and suddenly it was all just because of the way they talk to you, to say move away, instead of, you don't even know, because of, you don't know. I have never been in a shop since this coronavirus started. I've been and locked in because of our, me, I'm very sensitive. And I thought to myself, stay away, Carol, finish the food that is in the house. And once it's finished, you can go buy. I was not in this system of, oh, let's go collect as much as we can, even though it's scary. But going to the shop yesterday, I realized that human beings will always behave in a silly way of not respecting one another, because of, we quickly recite into our sense of, I don't know how to call when human behave wrong to others, and you never know the understanding of it, because the moment you say probably it's because of the color of your skin, quickly people will go into a racial things, but you really see this thing and there's nothing you can do about it. So yesterday, my experience in the shop, when I went to shop, it was really, really, even though everybody says that everything is control, people are still moving next to each other quickly. I was paying, and then this guy was there, and I'm thinking, what's going on? These people are the ones who will say, go to the shops. Are they the shop protected? Well, I'm talking about this because of, it is important for us as human society to realize that Corona affects us, not only because of we're going to die. Death is dying of a spirit. Death is dying of a spirit. It's not dying of the body. And the question is that if we can affect each other as we have done, and then we still doing this bad behavioral of not really connecting from a very warm space of, I see you, you see me. There is a tissue. I give you. Not that I'm going to give that person and then I'm going to treat that person this way. For me, you are still empty. You are still dead. There is a death in society. Society needs to wake up and really embrace one another and love each other. Let's leave the pain. Let's go into, if we are afraid to die because of Corona, and we are still going to be predators towards one another, then what is living worth for? If I'm gonna fight today to stay healthy, as of course I'm gonna stay healthy. This coronavirus thing, it's not gonna be my story, and I'll do whatever in my power to use my African rituals to stay away from Corona as much as I can. I'm not saying that it's not gonna get me. I don't know the power of it, but I know the power of my spirit and the power of who brought me up and how they brought me up. So I'm going to use those tricks and tips to stay well. And another thing that I'm going to do, I'm going to stay as happy as I can. Now, the question today is, how overwhelmed are you with this coronavirus? That's a question number one. Are you overwhelmed? Let's be speak about our experiences, really, because of these experiences are so important, because of the how the society behaves. It's how the society can change. I think for coronavirus, it brings an essence of change, and the essence of change is that how do we treat one another? So how are you? How do you feel with overall the happenings around coronavirus? On my other hand, I'm overwhelmed by it, because I'm aware that it's me against myself, and it's me against those I live with, that we remain healthy. Because if you look at the news, there was this famous dude, because of he's on the media, he's on the on Hollywood movies and blah 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 blah. He comes and he's sitting there saying that lady to say, you know what, I'm gonna stay away from her a little bit so that I feel better. And then he says, I was tested positive, and they ask, did you take any medication? Oh no, there's no need to take medication. And you're thinking, but you are positive. So there's all these stories that you hear out there in the media that really, really overwhelms you, and say, what is really the story behind this coronavirus? So I'm overwhelmed. And another thing that makes me overwhelmed, we're running our own businesses. I'm my own business person, and so far I've got courses that are taking place in October. No, in April. And I had some connections recently that was really putting me to channels of growth, and suddenly coronavirus comes, and suddenly whooshu, everything stops. And I'm thinking, oh my God, what's going to happen? Because I rely on my business. If I don't have my business, what's going to happen? I'm one of those that I don't rely on the government's money. And I feel like I'm vulnerable because of this, because of I don't know how long will this coronavirus happen. And now people are canceling meetings that we're supposed to have, because of everybody is afraid. And myself, I'm afraid to go deal with these people, because I'm afraid of what if they're sick. So this overwhelms me. This makes me, it keeps me so confused of my own future. And so instead of me, as even though I'm confused, instead of me sitting back, I keep on preparing. So my question is, how overwhelmed are you, and what are you doing for the preparation after coronavirus? And if you're working from home, what is the feeling of working from home? Is it everything feeling normal, or is it feel like the life that you know before corona, it's actually kind of being put upside down? And then another thing is, does this corona thing makes you feel kind of depressed? Hmm. I am a little bit. I am. Even though what I did, I went to buy some flowers so that I can feel a little bit happy by just looking at them and think that, okay, I've got my two flowers looking at me saying, hi, Carol. And these are the only things that I can be closer to at this present moment. They're breathing their life. So they keep me happy. So these are the questions. And now, when you are feeling overwhelmed and confused, how do we then create a network where we can talk about our experiences, where we can talk about, I'm looking for community, a community like mine, community, people who are free, because I think sometimes people might think I'm a little bit overwhelming, because of I really, really speak about things that affect me. So if you are one of those people who speaks about things that are affecting you, let's create a community here. People who are really, really wanting to find out about, is it really corona? Are we supported with this coronavirus? And how much are we supported? Do you feel support? And the support that you feel, is it because of your loved ones? Is it because of your wife? Is it want to know? Because of, as you know, you guys, I've been living in Belgium, in the UK for 6 years. I just came back in Belgium last year, October. So everything for me is new, and it's like I'm walking on water, and this water, it's so bubbly, it's so wobbly, and I'm thinking, oh my God, how am I going to do it now? Because I was planning myself, everything was going so well, and suddenly this coronavirus comes, and so I'm like, whew, it's overwhelming. It's like it's changing, it's redesigning my path for my future. That's what I want to know. Do you feel that way, or do you feel balanced? Give me tips. how I can go into that space of balancing so that I can feel strong and move again. As you know, I do lots of things, of course. This is just the feelings that I have. Now, in terms of me as a person, I would like to have a community where we can guide each other while this coronavirus is closed, so that we can learn how to move forward. So there's you can look at my website. There are lots of things that we do there. If you're a person looking for upgrade of your image in terms of your what do you call that, in terms of your branding, I'm very good at that. And if you are looking for creating marketing materials in a cheaper way that can make your business flourish and give it a class look, I'm here. Let's talk about that. So I'm looking for connections, you guys, because of, as I'm sitting in my home, I'm aware that we are communicating via these media channels. So I can do anything from, I can teach how to make your own flyers, how to make your own YouTube thumbnails, plain or what do you call this, animations. I can teach, well, anything that you want in terms of branding. It is here. And then again, in terms of emotional as well, if let's support each other on an emotional level. As I said, at this moment, I'm really just sharing my thoughts of where I'm at. I want to connect and I can't go anywhere, and this makes me really, really frustrated, and I'm playing out there. I'm gonna send you all the things that I do, or you can also go to my website, which is Empress and Goddess .com, empressandgoddess.com. Or you can also go to my what do you call this, my Instagram, Empress Goddess Empress Goddess, or you can go to Twitter, where I'm going to be sharing lots of things just to show you all what I can do. So if you're looking for someone lovely, a sister, or that you can connect with, I'm here. Let's connect in these times of coronavirus so that we can keep each other calm and collected. And again, let's also share our experiences because of what I experienced yesterday. Another thing before I go, I think being in a shop, when you go to these big shops, make sure that you wear your mask. Because yesterday when I left that place, I felt a little bit dizzy. I felt like, there was this air of not health going on in these shops because people were working without, nobody was covering their nose and etc. So this is me saying, telling it as it is at this present moment of coronavirus, completely out of space. God bless. This is Carol. Bye for now.